here we go. I'm back once again, doing some Pokemon. Might have some friends to hop in, who knows at this point. And I have an error screen. Alright, just before I do anything silly. Yes, I want to save. Now I have two rich people over here. Just like, ho ho ho, we are rich, you cannot beat us. Alright, you want to go? We will go. I threw my glove at you. At least I would if it wasn't for the fact. Oh wait, I can do you one better. I throw my hand at you. Catch these hands. Whoosh. I really should have the harness on for this. Oh well. Prepare to be defeated. Ooh! And it's the retail. Or realty. So I'll fight the housing market. Oh, this is going to get fun. Adorable! You're going to get killed. Punch it! That's always the answer. Also, this is now just stunting. I'm stunting on him. I'm stunting. Hello!
Hello.
Hi! I just beat the lady of the rich snobs from last week, and apparently, housing market. And all they had was a Persian.
Yeah, I lost track of time and was in the middle of a movie about the drug cartel.
No, it's completely understandable. I too lost time because I had to deal with convention stuff.
Other than that, how have you been?
It's been a stressful week. I've had to look after. It's hard to describe family relation, but my stepmother's niece of a cousin that got adopted because mother is not on the up and up.
Uh-huh.
So I had to look after her. She's in middle school, so doing that. And I had to work as usual, so that was fun. Put an extra, like, I would say 5 miles on my week, and that is, well, maybe 10. And I normally ride a round trip 5 miles to and from work 4 days a week. So yeah, I got a lot of cardio.
That's good.
And now I'm going to make it my thing to pester these two, who simply because one, they have to give me good money, because Pokemon rules. Yay, Pokemon rules. They said to the waterfall, I'll ignore the signs of the actual quest and just deal with the rich people. Unless there's some tourists. So how's your week been?
So last week it was we didn't do Jack, and now this week was nothing but work.
The good old I have vacation. What's a vacation? That's
More like getting paid to do nothing and it drives you insane. But going from that to, oh, and now we don't even have time for breaks.
Dang.
Yeah. That's the nature of my work. Have fun with that.
Well, the only plus side compared to mine is that you don't have to deal with customers just coming in because, hey, I didn't get a fry. Okay. And, you know, that can range from, hey, you forgot this, to, I paid for a fucking fry. Give me a goddamn fry. Yay, customers.
I got that to. It's like, I wasn't like that today, but I could have been like that today. I didn't.
I know.
So what happened was I go in. I just wanted a breakfast sandwich and a drink, and the drink I wanted they were out of, and were taking a very long time at correcting that. I was like, I just want to go home. I had to wake up at 4:30 in the damn morning to go into work to do nothing. I want to go home and sleep.
I don't blame you. Trust and believe me. As one of the people who has to deal with that, and the fact that my hands literally get burned because people don't pay attention, yay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because cleaning the filter underneath the fryer vats, rule is, I do it 30 minutes, I wait those 30 minutes so I don't have to deal with hot metal. Even guess what people ignore.
Yeah, but if that's not communicated, it's kind of hard to fault them. But at the same time, do a touch check.
I do, but if it's like, okay, I got to get this done within the hour, okay? I have to do 2, and I have to dump the grease from the morning and last night. So, yeah. One of these I use like heat resistant gloves, the others I don't. I don't use the heat resistant gloves on the filter, mainly because that's a lot more cleaning, and I use them to clean the top part, so why am I using them to clean the bottom? You know, it's one of those complaints of, we go through this every week, how is this any different? But that is just a standard complaint of hey, I pay attention? What? What do you mean? Tap, tap, tap. Oh, why didn't you communicate? You can deal with that. My job is to take care of this. You know, like any type of work. But yeah, it's just been one of those. Oh, and I also fixed the ringer for the mop handle, but they were like, but it broke. I half wanted to go, have you never been poor enough to fix something rather than be like, okay, so that's dead. But still getting a new one, of course, because it did break, and even if I did fix it, it could break again. That is my trauma. It's not the greatest, and it's not overly fun, but it's still trauma. So, what did they not make you drink of this morning?
I just wanted a Diet Coke.
And
Apparently all their fountains were out of it.
okay, that is somewhat understandable because they might not have ordered the right amount.
So they just run out and hadn't replaced it yet. They probably ran out the night before.
Yeah. It's just one of those things because, yeah, sometimes when we run out, it's because one, someone didn't account for it, or they're getting trucked the next day.
Yeah, I didn't give him any grief about it because I've been there. And it looked like they were already like but like trying to get into the groove already, like they had just opened.
Yeah. Now the real hard stuff is whenever they gotta clean the Melita, the basic latte cappuccino type of machine, because at that gets cleaned about 9 o'clock in the morning. And I question why, but then I remember, oh right, it used to be cleaned at like 1. And then I stop and go, wait, we're busy at 1 and more. Sorry, we're busy at 9 and people want the coffee. Who did the dumb? I swear some people don't get it in and I do. And I'm like, why do I get this? But that's just, the standard complaint of all this. Why didn't you? Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, and I also had a thing from my boss being like, well, we need to think of the customers first, so why make sure all the trash is taken care of in the lobby? And I'm over here like, okay, that's a reasonable thing to do, but we have someone on the front counter that we are generally not busy that could do it. So they have something to do. Because they're already wiped down, no orders need to be taken out. It's one of those things of, it's not a lack of wanting to do it, it's that can be somebody else's job that's not doing a job right now. And only the person up front agrees with that. But, you know how people that are in upper management deal.
Yeah.
And I have a good working relationship with my bosses and whatnot, but it's just, come on. Up there, I mean, someone do the outside. BRB! Apologies there. Mother just came home from work, so I'm trying to catch an A-pop.
So I was going for the 3 legendaries from the DLC, right?
And I quote this heavily, Loyal Trio.
Yes. I'm trying to catch the bird.
Serendipity.
Yeah, so I'm trying like every different Pokeball that could possibly work, and nothing is triggering. I use like 20 to 30 I use like 20 to 30 Ultra Balls 20 to 30 great balls, quick balls, level balls, whatever. Nothing's working. One regular standard Pokeball caught.
That is somewhat silly.
I hate this game.
By the way, I'm naming the Apom Slap.
Nice.
Well, I at least did the experiment on, okay, so what happens if you don't complete the game and go to the DLC? It acts like you haven't gotten a level 100 Pokemon yet.
Yeah.
I see. Game Freak, that is actually good game design. And do we have a short? No, we have a Cole. Hi, Cole. We're doing Pokemon.
Creature! Toa!
Go.
Creature! How have
Yes?
you been?
Complaining about work stuff.
Oh, that's fair.
Work stuff, life stuff. It's all over the place.
Nah, I'm sorry.
It happens.
Eh.
We're adults now. We get to do this. It's part of being an adult. Complain about your job.
Oh, that's
I-
a mood.
I didn't get to say this to Toa yet, but I also went car shopping today.
Ooh, what you thinking about?
Honda CR-V hybrid.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I do.
The reason being is my granddad said he was looking for a new car, and said he was interested in mine. So I gave him the price I'd sell it for, and he said he'd buy it. So I'm like, well, now I need a car. So it was a great excuse.
Absolutely.
So I went, I found the one I wanted, and found out that the trim and color that I wanted, they didn't have, and I didn't like what they had on the lot. They said they'd find one in the area, and it should be there in about a week.
Sweet.
Nice. It's definitely one of those things of, I don't look into car shopping mainly because, one, I don't have a license, but two, I would probably go with either an electric bike or a spider slash trike, simply because it would be a lot easier and I'm used to it.
Yeah, if you can, like, if your situation warrants not having a car immediately, you don't have to get one.
That's
Mine does kind of require it though,
Yeah.
because my work is about 15 to 20 miles away.
Yeah, that's too far.
Yeah, as I told you, round trip's about 5 miles for me just to go to work. So,
Yeah, and five miles by bike is not bad.
If I was to get a car, I know, or like, I know I'd go for a Subaru, because Subarus are just good in, like, Vermont weather.
Fair.
Yeah, because you got to deal with the snow.
I went with Honda because they're like you kind of can't kill them unless you really try.
Funny story about HobbyCon this year when we got Mozzie to be with CMC and I. We went past a Honda thing and we did it twice, just like, where are we going? There's Honda again!
Nice.
We just had fun being like, where are we going? I don't know, but there's a Honda over there. And it just says Honda. Ah. But yeah, I definitely agree. Mozzie is a very fun person to hang out with.
Only news I have on my front is that I now have more railroad books.
Nice.
In my opinion, that is a win on everyone's fun.
Yes, I now have 3 books on the main central that I didn't have before, that are also like kind of hard to find. It's like they were a bit expensive, but overall I actually got a deal because it was less expensive than every other retailer that's selling them. And they're like good condition too. I'm like half convinced they were never opened.
It would not surprise me.
Or if they were, they went right to the shelf. Just like, overall, good, and I'm happy. And I also got a book on the Grand Trunk Railway, not to be confused with the Grand Trunk and Western, which went towards Detroit and Chicago. The Grand Trunk of New England that went from Montreal to Portland, Maine. That is. That Portland.
You know, I kind of love the SVP story of the 3 Portlands where, depending on where you want to go, you can just go from one Portland to another Portland. Would that be fun to do? Alright, I'm in Portland, Maine, and if I go down this street, oh, I'm in Portland in Washington.
That would be interesting.
It definitely would.
I've never been to Portland, Washington before, or not, sorry, Portland, Oregon. Oregon.
Yeah, it's Oregon. I don't think there's a Portland in Washington.
Yeah, it would not surprise me if there is a place called Portland, though, given, you know.
List of Portland in the U.S. Wikipedia. Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine.
Nope.
Why is Portland, Oregon listed above Portland, Maine? I demand an explanation.
No, exclamation is fine.
No, Portland, Maine came first. I would argue that's the better Portland, but I've been there and it's not so great anymore. It's okay. It's like just it's so many parking lots. Jesus Christ.
Well, I would say Portland, Oregon is better, but I don't know of a single place in Oregon that is even good.
Yeah.
I have more respect for old Portland because they used to have a really cool train station that had like a clock tower and everything. It's freaking nice. And then they knocked it to the ground in the 1950s. And I'm like,
Right.
no. Or was it the 60s? Somewhere in that ballpark. Right?
It was sometime, and they were destroying historical relics.
Oh, I mean, it was one of those things where, yes, it was historical and it was kind of important, but also this was in the era when they were just like, who cares? But in all fairness, if we preserved every single building, then there would be no special old buildings then. We kind of had to destroy a lot of really cool buildings before we actually began to care about cool buildings.
So
But yes, it is a
basically,
lot.
we would be like England and other European nations.
No. Oh, I will say too, they're also still doing it today because I believe that the original building that the Portland Steam Locomotive Company was based out of is on the docket to be demolished. So there used to be a narrow gauge museum in there, and then they moved them out because they wanted to knock down the building to put up like some sort of shops, I guess. Which is a shame because like the Portland company made a lot of really nice steam locomotives, including some of the ones that are currently operating on the Wisconsin Waterville and Farmington to this day. I believe number 6 is a Portland engine, I think. And I believe that one of the Canadian National 440s is also a Portland, but don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. I know it has Portland Bell. Or at least it did in like 1950 something.
Speaking of collecting, I've been collecting games and they're going right into my closet.
Hell yeah.
I
like
look at my Gundam and go, yeah, no, I'm definitely there. Oh, and
Yeah.
my Pip-Boy came. It very much looks like a recolor of the Fallout 4 one, but you know,
getting them, put them in the closet, and storing them for later.
yep.
I see.
But I still like the fact that it fits on my arm and is easy to take care of. I do not like that the strap on the other side is very hard to get in if it falls out.
Fair.
Mainly so I can do a pull through. And I got a Vulpix doing the most unoriginal thing, naming it Naruto.
Why Naruto?
Turns into a nine-tailed fox.
Okay. Maybe
You
I'm.
could call it Kilala.
That is what the snow one is going to be called.
Okay. Or was that two-tailed fox? I forget.
Cat.
Cat fox?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been like years since I watched Inuyasha.
I'm more surprised they finished that anime. And then did a sequel.
Did they?
They did!
Oh.
Unfortunately,
Know that.
though, between that, Kagome's original VA, left the voice